As the first manufacturer, Perry has developed a new slab formwork system which fully meets the highest safety requirements and reduces shuttering times. Perry GridFlex. The system consists of the GridFlex standard element, props with GridFlex prop head, and the plywood. The prop head is quickly installed. Simply slide it in. Ready. The yellow element, for length compensation, can be continuously telescoped. Width compensations are carried out with the red elements. Forming begins in the corner. Props and elements are positioned quickly and safely from below, even here, with a floor height of 3 meters 50. The GridFlex wall holder fixes the formwork. The assembly sequence is simple and always the same. Hook in the element, push up with the shuttering aid, and set the props. Standard elements can also be positioned in the other direction. This reduces the amount of filler areas required. Safety at the highest level. All system parts, even compensations, are installed from below. The entire surface is closed before site crews access the area to install the plywood. The red elements are assembled for width compensation. Simply install in the frame of the standard element, swivel upwards, and set the props. The yellow elements, for length compensation, are mounted on the girder grid and supported on the wall side. Small filler areas, or the corner between width and length compensations, are filled with the 20 filler element. Now, work can be safely carried out on the GridFlex girder grid. After leveling, the plywood is installed. The plywood sheets are laid on the girder grid and fixed directly to the aluminium profiles if required. The close profile spacing of the GridFlex elements allows the use of thin and thus more economical form lining. For shortening the stripping time, GridFlex beams are installed and then supported before striking itself takes place. While the concrete is still hardening, the formwork is available for the next cycle. During shuttering, the beams are simply laid between the plywood at the predetermined support axes. Ready. The GridFlex traverse can be used very flexibly. For example, as a main beam for cantilevers, or for extremely even concrete surfaces and thick slabs. A hammer is all that is needed during assembly. After reinforcement work is done, concreting takes place. Striking begins with the width compensation areas. Props are lowered and dismantled. The red filler elements are simply swiveled downwards and removed. The plywood sheets are kept securely in position by neighbouring elements. Lightweight individual components and logical, repetitive working steps guarantee a fast and effective striking process. The plywood is removed field by field. The yellow longitudinal filler elements are supported before the standard elements are dismantled. Only with the final longitudinal filler element does the plywood also have to be held in position. Just as well thought out as the handling are the on-site logistic operations. 2 light stacking devices and the GridFlex elements are, with a minimum of effort, combined to form one transportation unit. Thus, up to 12 GridFlex panels can be safely transported while taking up very little space. In fast motion, the GridFlex product advantages become very clear once again. The GridFlex system fully meets the highest construction-related safety requirements. The same simple assembly sequence guarantees a fast and cost-effective forming process. Telescopic elements permit easy, system-compatible adaptation to all building ground plans. Safety is now cost-effective with GridFlex.